Ladies and gentlemen, it's a landmark day on Michael Talks Football as we are doing the first ever hot takes video here on the channel. Of course, I had to bring on Jack from Deadball TV to react to the viewers' hot takes, not our hot takes. If you guys want to see our hot takes video, we got to at least get to 500 likes on this video. Shout out to all the viewers who responded on the community post on YouTube and on Twitter for all your hot takes. There was about 150 hot takes. I could only take about 10 to 15. So if your hot take didn't make it to the video, I apologize. There was too many to go. Otherwise, we would have been doing a Lord of the Rings marathon here, people. 9 hours of just hot takes. We cannot do that here for our sanity, at least. And we have many more different types of content to come up here on the channels. But let's get straight into it. Let us know your thoughts in the comments down below. How ridiculous are these hot takes? People, this is just vibes, right? Don't take anything serious with these takes. This is just strictly vibes. Let's begin with this one from Jake, the FGT on YouTube, who says, I was about to say Jack, but it's your... He says, the World Cup curse comes back and Argentina get knocked out. They lose to Austria, draw with Algeria and Jordan. So they get 2 points and knocked out of the World Cup in the group stage. If we're going by like a Scoville meter of a hot take, that's a Carolina Reaper.
That's hot. That's absolutely hot. That's the type of shit that I say in my World Cup prediction video, and I get 30 comments that's like zero ball knowledge, stick to baseball.
American.
If I said that, yeah, I'm getting, what would I say, nationally profiled for a comment like that. Yeah, that's scorching hot. The hottest thing in that is Jordan drawing Argentina, man. That in a must-win game for Argentina at that point in the tournament, they're going all out.
That would be match day 3, wouldn't it?
I think it's match day 3.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it's match day 3. So you're talking about a desperate Argentine team drawing a Yazan Al-Naimat less Jordan. Nah, man, that's... I mean, look, we would love that, I think, but no, I don't see it.
Remember last time I told you Al-Naimat is injured? Olajuwon is injured now as well. I don't know if he's missing the World Cup, but I mean, if they draw with the Jordan with just Altamari up front, that would be despicable for Argentina. I can't even remember the last time Argentina didn't make out of the group. Actually, 2002 World Cup. I remember there was a lot of hype for that team under Bielsa. Oh my God, Argentina, they're going to win the World Cup in 2002. And they crossed out of the group with England, Sweden, Nigeria. So I think this is a crazy take, though. In an expanded World Cup, you lose to Austria and you draw with Algeria and Jordan. I just don't see it for Scaloni's side. I love the hot takes. I really appreciate all these hot takes. This one, though, is up there. It's definitely up there for me.
You're not an idiot for believing that, right? Because it is a difficult group. Like, you looked at it and you're like, oh, Argentina, there's a couple banana peels here. Like, Algeria is going to basically just try to like elbow their way to points in that game. And Algeria are never scrubs at the World Cup either. I think both of us respect Vladimir Petkovic as well as a manager. He's never been grouped before. Austria, very talented team. They're going to try to press Argentina. How do they deal with it? Nobody really goes at Argentina in South America. Everyone's too scared. You think Peru's pressing Argentina and Lima? Hell no. Those guys are in the 5-5-0 every single time they face up against each other, and Argentina wins 1 or 2-0. Yeah, it's it has potential there.
The Jordan draw is a crazy take, though. If Argentina draw with Jordan, I mean, that would be insanity for me. And then they get knocked out. Oh my! The scenes and the reaction videos. If Argentina go out of that group, Mamma mia, we will be there.
If Asian football is not respected after Jordan draws Argentina, I'm coming for each and every one of y'all. Like, I'm furious at that point. What more do you want?
Man's got his hit list ready for everybody if that happens.
I'm taking screenshots. I swear. That's a good one, though. That's a good one to start with.
That was a good one with Jake. All right, then we go to Static Soul 69, who says, we will at least have two CAF nations in the World Cup semifinals for the first time in history. Not just one after the historic feat of Morocco last time around. 2. Static, great hot take. This would be one of my happiest days as a content creator and as a football fan if I saw 2 African sides make the semifinal of a World Cup. My soul would be so happy and so joyous. Now, it would be even better if they could go up against each other in the semifinal, because then that would guarantee somebody to make it to the final. But two CAF nations. I mean, I don't see it happening, because the only way would be Senegal and Morocco, and they still got a very difficult path to make it to the semifinals of the World Cup. But if somehow that happens, I will have a hit list for everybody, especially Jamie Carragher.
And really anybody else who just says that African football isn't that good. I actually did have Senegal in the semifinals in my first prediction video. I think if they finish second, that section of the bracket, that kind of like top left quadrant, at least in the website I was using, is pretty open. Like any team there could make the semifinal. And Morocco would also fall into that quadrant. And I think I had them about to play each other in the quarterfinals. So it would be, can you imagine Senegal, Morocco in the quarterfinal?
Oh my God. But then, because like that's the only two teams you see from CAF making it to the semifinal, if we're being realistic here.
Correct. Like I was about to ask you, okay, so we're talking about two teams right now, right? Because if Cape Verde make the knockouts, like that
would be historic.
Historic. Egypt win a game at the World Cup before we start talking about semifinals. And then Cote d'Ivoire is a sleeper team for me. I really want to see what they do in the friendlies against non-CAF competition, because they lost to Saudi Arabia before the AFCON, which it was a bit of a flukish result, but still, I want to see them be able to take down somebody outside of CAF. That's a huge, like, what version of Cote d'Ivoire are we going to see? Are we going to see Diomande, Diallo, Splash Brothers take on FC like the whole tournament and they wreak havoc? Or are we going to see them go up against low blocks and they get kind of frustrated and the defense is leaky, like against Egypt? I don't know. What do you think is hotter, this hot take or the last one?
This one.
Yeah. This is
really
what's
hot.
What's higher than Carolina Reaper?
I think that's the hottest chili in the world, isn't it? What's hotter than that?
This is from Hot Ones? Is this where you're getting the levels from?
Yeah.
Okay. I've seen probably like 10 episodes. This is embarrassing. I don't remember the levels, but I don't know what type of pepper we could call out here.
I think Carolina Reaper is the hottest one or the spiciest one. People, let us know. I'm not familiar with the Scoville meter, so I don't know what that was.
Zero spice knowledge here on this video.
Zero spice knowledge. I know though that Thai chili is pretty hot though, because I've had it personally. And boy, if you get it in Thailand, your ass is in the toilet for the next couple of days. I'll tell you that right now. All right, let's get to the next one then. Eric, the football melon head. This is actually going to be a good one for you, Jack. Gilberto Mora will be the James Rodriguez of this World Cup.
So we're talking about him bursting onto the international scene.
Yes, like 2014 World Cup, James burst onto the scene, got 6 goals at that World Cup, helped Colombia reach the quarterfinals, scored spectacular goal against Uruguay, spectacular goal against Japan when he dunked on, who was the center back that Yoshida. He dunked on Yoshida, sent him to the ground. I mean, James was ridiculous. If Gilberto Mora does something similar like that, it helps Mexico reach the quarterfinal. I mean, that's just legendary status already for a Mexican player. Chicharito has never done that.
No.
Chucky Lozano never did that. Rafa Marquez, I mean, he's a defender / sort of DM, so it's kind of difficult for him. Gilberto Mora would be enshrined into Mexican football folklore if he was able to do something even similar to what James did in 2014. I think this is a hot take, though, because the guy's 17 years old. He has only one international competition experience. That's the Gold Cup. While I don't really like the Gold Cup, not the greatest of quality. You're going up against a B team of the United States, B team of Canada, not the strongest teams. Saudi Arabia, C team, B team. Let's see what he can do against the best of the best in the world, Gilberto Mora. Before saying, okay, you know what? This guy can do it. Talent-wise, 100%. He's up there, but he just needs to prove it still. James was doing it in Europe before that 2014 World Cup, though, people. You have to remember that. He was doing it at Porto, shining there, shining at Monaco, before even that 2014 World Cup happened. Gilberto Mora is playing in Liga MX. So it's very difficult for me to say, yeah, he's going to have the similar performance. But what do you say? You think this is a crazy hot take?
Yeah, first off, how dare you disrespect the CONCACAF Gold Cup? It's an incredible tournament. And it should be weighed as much as the Euros when talking about a player's legacy. Second, the thing that I immediately thought of was I do a series on the channel, which I have not done in a while. So I'm glad this hot take came up because it's jogging my memory. I need to sit down and make this again. I do a CONCACAF power rankings video. And I am not kidding. If Gilberto Mora has a James Rodriguez-esque World Cup, I'm talking 4 goals, 2 assists, huge goal in a knockout game, I think at minimum, he has to be a top 3 player inside CONCACAF. He immediately goes right up there, either above Christian Pulisic and Alphonso Davies and Jonathan David. Davies has been injured, so he's actually not inside my top 2. Or he's sandwiched between them. If we're talking about a CONCACAF player having that level of tournament at this age with this much of a bum-ass national team around him, that would be a greatness that cannot be ignored. And the third thing that I thought about was I actually think something that was important about James was he defeated another CONMEBOL team inside that World Cup. And I don't know if you've seen too many of the potential brackets for the CONCACAF sides, but there is a world in which Mexico would play Canada very early in the tournament. I don't remember if it's round of 32 or
probably
if it is
16.
Following round. I think it actually might be round of 32 if they finish in
I think it was
third.
Canada USA that could play
like
in the round of 32.
Canada has two potential CONCACAF matchups in the round of 32. They can play both the United States and Mexico. So there's also that kind of mini storyline where it's like, okay, James took down Uruguay, a better Uruguayan team than Colombia at the time as well. Canada is more talented than Mexico right now. It's not even close. If Gilberto Mora takes out Canada in the round of 32, though, which will only be the 3rd ever all CONCACAF World Cup fixture, and all 3 will have involved Mexico, El Salvador, 2-0, and now this. Holy shit. Oh my God. I mean, that's now I'm buying back into the team, and that's when sadness and depression inevitably follow.
They reeled them in.
Yeah. That's how you get me. I'm like, Liga MX is the greatest development league in the world. He is worth 90 million. And
Barcelona should be paying
that better than Brazil. 100%. $200 million release clause. Yeah, that's when it spirals fast.
But do you think that the lack of experience maybe in the top leagues in Europe, because obviously, look, Liga MX is a good league in CONCACAF and CONMEBOL terms, but it's no European league. So do you think the lack of experience will kind of hinder him not having maybe a similar sort of performance like James?
For sure. I don't think Mora is too affected by pressure. I think he's got...
Yeah, he seems like a very cool, calm, collective guy.
He's the opposite of Kendry Pais.
Not arrogant.
Not arrogant.
In a party mood.
Not trying to go smoke hookah or God knows what else.
Go to the strip club in New York.
Game. No, he's not going to the strip club. The dude wants to ball. Like, I actually believe he's got a good support system. He's got a good head on him. So I don't think he'll necessarily be fazed by the pressure. He'll be fazed by the fact that he doesn't have a lot of help with this Mexican team. Like, we have good defenders. We have good CDMs, but we don't have anybody else that can kind of take that creativity away from him. I mean, people say it, and it's kind of true. Like, Mexico's attack will live or die by Gilberto Mora basically feeding Raul Jimenez. Like, that's going to be like where the goals come from for Mexico at the World Cup. So I don't know if it's like a Liga MX thing or just who the hell could you put in this Mexican team and they're going to cook, right? Sure. Like, I mean, you'd have to put prime Luka Modric on here if we're trying to see like true magic, and that's not a fair expectation to hold over this kid.
That's a good hot take though. I like that one. Sort of kind of different aspect heading into these hot takes because everybody's going like prediction wise.
Hot take. I like that.
Very, very specific. I like it. Now, if that happens, boy, the glazing is going to be crazy on social media because a lot of people don't know about Gilberto Mora. Like, I obviously watched the Gold Cup final and the semifinal. I thought the kid was sensational, like one of the best Mexican talents I've seen in the 21st century. But if he does it on the world stage, boy, Barcelona, Real Madrid, they will all be calling for this guy. All of them immediately. Oh, yeah. The phone call will be ringing. Let's get to the next hot take from my guy Sammy Kiani on YouTube, who says, Germany will reach at least the semifinals of the 2026 World Cup. and reestablish themselves as a force to be reckoned with. Is that a hot take? After back-to-back group stage exits, a good game against Spain at the Euros. I don't think this is a crazy hot take though. As the host, yes. I think this is like a mild hot take. This is like a habanero hot take.
It's the least hot that we've had so far. But I still think I don't think Germany's that good. Like, I think they're good, but I don't see them in like get scared or like, if they have to go up against an elite African team or an elite Asian team, I'm not like, oh no, this is a 3-0 incoming for Germany.
So would it shock you that they reached the semifinals then?
Yes, I would be shocked if I wouldn't like, I don't know, undergo a religious conversion if they made the semifinals. Like, it wouldn't be that much of a deal, but I would be like, whoa, okay, these guys put it together. And they've been frauds at the World Cup recently, so they need to exercise this demon. I don't know what their entire run would be. I can't remember on my simulation. But I don't know. Like, if they make the semifinals, that means they probably beat 2 elite national teams to get there. Who is that? Like, could they beat France? Could they beat Spain? Could they beat?
No, they could beat both of them.
Senegal? I mean,
yeah, they could.
They could. But, I mean, are they favorites in that game? I wouldn't consider them favorites in either. I think they're pretty competitive.
If they reach the semifinals, Germany are back then. I think that for sure is the case then. As Sammy says, they were reestablished themselves as a force because just Germany are always a team when growing up. Final minimum. They always reach the semifinal. Euros, World Cup, they do it time and time again. So maybe the last couple of setbacks they've had in the World Cup will just give them that sort of edge that they've had. Remember that round 16 game they had against England where they lost to England in 2021? That was basically the end of Joachim Löw. Obviously, Thomas Muller missed a crazy 101 in that game. You just felt like, okay, when is Germany going to be back here? 2022 World Cup, disaster on Hansi Flick. 2024 Euros, they kind of reestablished themselves a little bit, giving Spain their toughest test at the Euros. But now this is like a moment for Germany to really say, hey, we're still those guys. Maybe if you don't win it, it's okay. But at least getting to a semifinal, they don't have the same pressure, I would say, as England or Brazil. I think Germany can come into this tournament a little bit less putting themselves under pressure and just trying to establish themselves as a good footballing side again.
Can I add Morocco, Japan, the United States to that list of teams that have more pressure? Portugal. Can I nominate those teams to be under more pressure than Germany?
I think also Germany have pressure because they gotta prove something. They've been a disaster the last 2 World Cups, an embarrassment.
Yeah, they have. I just don't know if anybody outside of whoever left a comment is maybe expecting them to make like a semifinal. I think the consensus, and you're more tapped into the European community. Them and I we have skirmishes from time to time.
You haven't talked with the local Hungarians yet and saying, hey guys, what do you think of Germany, man?
I haven't actually. I haven't, and I really
do some groundwork then.
I know, some field reporting. I need to grab the GoPro and just walk around and be like, hey guys.
You need like the Rode wireless mic and just start interviewing people.
I did ask someone, I said, who is your biggest rival? And they said, we don't have one. And I was like,
really?
Yeah. Don't take, I was like, oh, do you know ball? Like I was immediately like, there's no rivalry with Austria. There's no rivalry with Germany. Romania. There's no rivalry with Romania, Russia. Like I was thinking like, there's nothing none? You don't have any? Turkey? You don't have a rivalry with Turkey? Come on, man. How many times did they invade y'all? Y'all don't have a freaking rivalry? Interesting. It's ridiculous. Was it the Nations League? They got pumped 6-1? Y'all don't have a rivalry? I was like, all right, maybe you just don't watch enough. I forgot what I was saying, but the point is that Germany that you and I knew growing up was generational. I mean, we're talking about like some of the best players at every position, a completely balanced team. Miroslav Klose up top, clutch goal after clutch goal, World Cup assassin. I don't think this Germany is as complete. I think they're good, and I think the Euro proved if you're going to beat them, you better be freaking good and get lucky. Spain got very lucky. Marco Cucurella got very lucky. That's what I think. So I think they'll run up against a true, proper, head-to-toe strong team, and they will beat them 1-0, like a very close game. I don't think this is going to be an embarrassing World Cup for Germany.
No, I don't think so either. Even though they're in a tough group, I still think this is going to be a good World Cup for them. So I wouldn't say this is a crazy hot take. I think this is pretty mild. This one might be crazy, and this is definitely going to soothe your soul with this hot take from P Singh 909, who says there will be more South American teams in the semifinals than European teams.
That's not even hot. That's a cold take.
Do you know when was the last time there was any confederation had more teams than European teams in the semifinals of a World Cup? I had to check this because I was like, this is actually really interesting. Do you think it's ever happened?
I mean, it's obviously no Asian teams made it, so no. If I'm talking about African teams, no. Because last time there was 2 European sides, so no.
2 European sides, yep. Even 2002, you had Turkey and Germany, and then you had South Korea and Brazil.
Yeah, so I mean, unless it was like the 1930 World Cup, like when the USA made it.
Yep, 1930.
Is that it?
It was Uruguay, Argentina, USA, and I can't remember. I think it was Italy, maybe, or I could be wrong, but it was some European side. That is the only time where there has been a sort of CONMEBOL combined with CONCACAF having more teams than the UEFA. So
that was pretty good ball knowledge right there. Y'all better smash the like button, man. Like, come on, man. Y'all not
that's
minimum,
y'all not
hearing
minimum 100 likes right there on that ball.
That's knowledge. A minimum.
This is a crazy hot take for me. I think this would be ridiculous if I saw more South American teams than European teams. Because we always say, okay, look, maybe we could get a shock and an African team or an Asian team make the semifinals, and then maybe Argentina, Brazil make it to the semifinals. So you guys can say, oh, look, Brazil and Argentina could do it. Maybe Colombia, because everybody's going to be riding on the Shakira, Karol G, Ryan Castro, Fade train, saying, oh, look at these guys, they're going to do it. But still, Europe have more top teams. And you guys know I love CONMEBOL football and all the international football. But still, European teams are the most dominant. And they have been the most dominant when you're talking about as a total package in the World Cup history. So I would genuinely be shocked if I saw Brazil, Argentina, and then you could add Senegal or Japan, and then Spain in the semifinal. That would be stunning to me, and I would love it.
Stunning. That's a huge win for football objectively if that was the semifinal. I'm going to say a hot take on your hot take video that you invited me on as a guest. The Germany take is hotter than this. That's my hot take.
Nah, come on,
the Germany
bro.
Take is hotter than this. Michael, you know what's
the glazed donut what right
helps
here.
This,
come on.
What helps is 2 things. Number 1, the weather. I think the South Americans are going to be a little bit more used to it. Obviously, the Copa America just recently happened. Everybody got a dress rehearsal. Number 2, if we look at how the bracket should play out, if the South American Giants take care of business, which is an if, it will not be easy. If they take care of business, Colombia's on one side, Argentina's there, you have Brazil in another quadrant, and I believe Paraguay would be in the top left as well. So there are good to strong to the best CONMEBOL sides on different parts of the bracket. And I believe a semifinal would be, I think it actually would be Brazil versus either Argentina or Colombia if those teams both win their group. If everybody wins their group, Brazil wins their group, Colombia wins the group, Argentina wins the group, it could be Brazil versus one of those 2 South American teams. So, I mean, I'm saying there's a chance. I like it. I like the take.
I think 2014 was the closest we got to having more South American sides than European sides. Because if Costa Rica took down Netherlands, they would have been in the semifinals against Argentina. Then you would have Argentina, Brazil, and then obviously Germany. I think that's the closest we will get. So, do we think an Asian team, an African team can make the semifinal? Maybe knock out one of the European giants? Maybe, like we saw from Morocco last time around, because that's the only way this is going to happen. You're not going to get 3 South American sides and 1 European side. There's no chance of that happening. As much as I would love to see it, and, well, I think football media is so Europe-centric, and it just disgusts me all the way. you still have to pay respect to the European sides, like in England, like a France, like a Germany, like a Spain, and a Portugal. That's 5 top teams out of probably the top 7 in the world. They're European teams. So it's gonna be, the odds are definitely against the rest of the world here. You know, like we need like an all-star game, like the NBA does. Rest of the world against the Europes. That's basically what it should be.
Yes, we need a CONMEBOL versus UEFA All-Star game.
Well, we're kind of kind of getting it with the Finalissima, kind of. I would say.
Yeah, the Finalissima is great. They definitely need to involve the Asian and African teams somehow. Like, I just bring back the Confederations Cup. What are we doing?
Yeah, exactly.
What are we
bring
doing?
That tournament back.
It's just stupid.
But
give them something.
You saying that this is not a crazy hot take, and you think the Germany hot take is crazier? That's asinine, bro, as Stephen A. Smith would say. Actually, do I have the video? Wait. Where's my video at?
That is blasphemous.
I do think it's hot, but I don't think it's as hot as the Germany.
I tried to pick some good ones that open a good discussion here because some of them were crazy, like, oh, Hugo Broos will get sacked during the tournament. I mean, that would be crazy too if Hugo Broos. Moriyasu will resign during the tournament. That would have opened.
Haiti's going to win the World Cup. It's
Haiti's going to. Although I do have a very crazy one that I just wanted to share with everybody, but I'm saving that right now. Then we got 2 more here from YouTube, and then we'll switch over to Twitter. From Geography CH, 2 teams from Group D will reach the quarterfinals of the World Cup. And he is saying, I'd say Paraguay and USA reach the quarterfinals. Nah, I think this is also a crazy hot take for me. Because if somehow both of those sides, or you could throw in a Turkey, or shout out to our Aussies out there, if you guys made it to the quarterfinal. If 2 of those teams make it to a quarterfinal, look, the balloons will be popping in Asuncion, Washington, D.C., Seattle, hey, even Melbourne maybe if they make it, or Istanbul. I don't really see this happening. I think there is more chance of 2 teams from Group C making it to the quarterfinals, 2 teams from what is it, Group I with France, Senegal, Norway. There's a higher chance of that 100%. Happening. Paraguay, USA, I don't think that's happening. One of them, maybe. You could definitely say one of them could make it. Both of them, not a chance.
There's too many things that could go wrong for both teams. Now, if he said one team from Group D will make the quarterfinals, I'm hearing you. And I'm like, okay. Like, one of them is the host, and every other team kind of has a specialty. Australia defense in the fact that, like, they literally don't fear death. They're not intimidated by any national team. They're going to play you the same, whether it's Japan, Curacao, Brazil, whatever. Like, Australians just show up. Turkey, you got that all-star attack with incredible difference makers who could pull a goal out of their bum. And then Paraguay are counterattacking gods with their front 3 and a very, very good back line. So, like, I could get behind that. The problem with saying 2 of them is, okay, well, now we got to cut the probability at least in half, and we got to start really talking about the weaknesses of these 2 teams. Or of these 4 teams, I should say. And I don't want to, like, go on and on. Pochettino, we don't know him at international competitions. This guy barely beat Guatemala at the Gold Cup, and Americans wanted him sacked. I didn't think he deserved to be sacked, ever. But he was struggling with Guatemala. He beat the worst Costa Rica I've ever seen in my life on penalties, managed by Piojo Herrera, who's the worst manager in Costa Rican history, the round before.
Got embarrassed by Switzerland.
Got embarrassed by Switzerland, lost to Mexico in the final. I think should have lost to Mexico in the final, and lost in pretty reasonable, respectable fashion, 2-1. You have Gustavo Alfaro with Paraguay, who's never won really anything at a tournament. He's got a victory against Qatar, and that is his
game.
Never won a knockout stage game. Has he made a knockout stage game?
Quarterfinal Copa America with Ecuador.
Oh, COVID. Right. When they finished with, they got destroyed by Argentina because 4 out of 5 teams advanced. Yes.
Yeah.
I forgot about that. My apologies. That was a really big deal. I'm sounding like an asshole. I actually loved that Ecuadorian team, and that was a very fun Copa America. But my point is, World Cup, we don't know. Paraguay in the States, travesty, disaster. They get bodied every single time. It's not good. Australia, okay, so Iracunda is going to score 5 goals. He's going to be the James Rodriguez of this tournament. That's basically what needs to happen.
Toure is going to turn into the Miroslav Klose.
Jackson Irvine's going to turn into Tony Cruz. Like, what are, like, you know how many transformations need to happen in this Aussie team for that to go down? Turkey's the most realistic one if they don't just implode like they tend to do at major tournaments. Yeah. So I don't know. Can I ask you, if there is a team from Group D, who are you taking?
That can make it to the quarterfinal? I mean,
You have to put $100 of your own money on this team.
I really don't trust anybody. But if I had to put one, as much as I try and support the USMNT, but it's been a lot hard the last couple of years with just how dysfunctional a mess it has, I feel like just the home field advantage is going to help them a lot. But if I wasn't half American, if I didn't have the passport, if I didn't have the ease of going through passport control, I would put money on Turkey if they qualify. Because Turkey just got balls, man. I just trust guys like Yildiz and Guler more than you. What is Pulisic's big game moment in international football? The goal against Iran, where he took his cojones out. Is that his big game moment for Pulisic? Yildiz and Guler, I know those guys can ball out, have that individual moment, and then, yes, Turkey have that sort of DNA within themselves to implode, but also they can pull off a major shock. They did that in 2002. They made it to the semifinal of the World Cup. So I think there's a lot of factors, but I would put money on either USMNT or Turkey. Australia, they've never won a knockout stage game. Paraguay, obviously, they made it in, 2010 to the quarterfinal. Really good run under Tata Martino. Pens, I mean, they almost knocked out Spain. They really should have. Cardoso converted that penalty. So I just would put more money on the USMNT and Turkey.
Yeah. I mean, if we're talking like teams that actually have demonstrated the ability to win at this stage in the World Cup, you have to go with the Turks. I feel like number one.
And the last
and
Euros,
the States
too.
Number two. Yeah, and the last Euros. Yeah. I was trying to not count Federational Cups because, like, I mean, am I going to bring up, Australia won the 2015 Asian Cup, and, like, they were pretty good in that Asian Cup.
Well, I mean, it's a totally different team and a totally different manager and a totally different philosophy.
They don't play like Postecoglou anymore. I can tell you that for damn sure. And honestly, I don't think they have the players to. I think they would get cooked if they tried. I would.
Is this the craziest hot take?
Back 2 teams from Group D winning 2 knockout games. Is this crazier than 2 Africans in the semis?
Oh no, I think 2 CAF teams make it to the semifinals is crazy.
Yeah, that's like 3 level. No, that's a level and a half hotter than this. But this is another great hot take. So shout out to whoever left it. But not likely to happen.
Not likely.
Great discussion though.
All right, now we move over to Twitter, and we know Twitter always loves, or X, whatever you guys want to call it nowadays, because I love this crazy hot take, and he says, shout out to the guy Footy Matters on Twitter, very bold prediction, Curaçao and Uzbekistan will both reach the round of 16. He is saying this based solely on nothing but vibes. I rate that, Footy Matters. I rate that highly. It is basically based on vibes, because if somehow 2 debutants make it to the round of 16, especially Curaçao, who, let's be honest, they're in a really difficult group, and also Uzbekistan, if they both survive that group stage, win a knockout stage game, and reach the round of 16, they're immortal. Every player deserves a statue in the capital of their country immediately. This is probably the craziest hot take for me. I think this is crazier than 2 CAF teams in the semifinals.
Yeah, or 2 South American teams in the semis.
Yeah.
That makes that
look like getting knocked out.
Yeah, or Argentina getting knocked out. Curaçao have 1 win at a major tournament in their history. And that was the group stage of the Gold Cup.
2019?
In 2019. I believe they beat Honduras. So you're going to tell me that not only... Also, in World Cup qualifying, sometimes I wish that I was just like one of those guys that just fished for engagement and just put out like some BS super positive tweet about everything that happened, so that everyone's like, oh my God, look at Jack. He's supporting Curaçao. I'm sorry. If you actually watch these guys in qualifying, like, they should have lost to Jamaica. They should have lost to Jamaica in the second leg, especially.
The away game in Kingston?
Yeah, the one in Curaçao, I'm not going to say they should have lost, but
it was a pretty even game, I would say.
It was pretty. Yeah, I don't think anybody should have won that game. And against Trinidad, I think they were worse in both games, but they both ended in a draw. So, like, this is not a team that has knockout power. So, assuming we're talking minimum 3 points, right, to be a best third place team. We're assuming minimum they take down Cote d'Ivoire, Ecuador, or Germany. I don't care who it is. It is the biggest result in Curaçao's history.
Is it a top 5 result in CONCACAF history? Yes, it is.
Oh, top 5. I mean,
Curaçao, it's like taking down one of those teams, 100%, bro. I'm not even prisoner of the moment.
Hold on. I'm thinking USA crazy. Confederations Cup. I'm thinking Mexico games at the Confederations Cup, beating Brazil, Costa Rica. Surely one of those results.
Okay, Costa Rica maybe. Yeah, Costa Rica. One of the results against Italy, probably I would put there as a top 5.
When Panama beats Croatia, that will be in the top 5 as well.
Well, that would also be yes.
Let's for the sake of time, we'll say it's a top 7. It's a top 7 immediately based on that. Now they're gonna, as a third place team, so they're gonna play a group winner. Mm-hmm. And unless that group winner is New Zealand, I don't see how they're going to win that game. They've never won. They don't beat people, Michael.
Yeah.
They get good draws.
I remember watching that game at 3 a.m. here in Finland, watching the Jamaica-Curaçao game. I couldn't believe Curaçao survived in that game. Because Jamaica hit the post twice. I remember that they had that free header at the back post, which somehow didn't go in. I mean, that was more on Jamaica, and that's why everybody clowned Jamaica, because you're like, this is your moment. So everybody will allude to this heading into World Cup. It's unbelievable story that they made it to World Cup. Unbelievable story.
Yes.
This will hopefully drive football to a new stratosphere in Curaçao, kind of like what baseball did back in the day for them. So they're in a party mood, bro. They're going to enjoy it. Dick Advocat is like, guys, just play your football. If we lose 7-0, we lose 7-0. It is what it is.
Who cares?
And if they make the round of 16, I mean... If they make the round of 16, would that be a greater achievement than Costa Rica reaching the quarterfinal in 2014? Now we're getting really into the debate here.
Yeah, we need a 2-hour pod just for that.
Yeah,
okay.
We do.
More talented team,
Costa
Rica 2014.
By far.
They had a world-class player in that team. Curaçao's best players is Leandro Bacuna. Let me think about this. Costa Rica... Tougher group.
Yes.
Tougher group 100%. Than Curaçao. England, Italy, Uruguay.
Beat Greece round of 16. Group. Yes.
Beat Greece round of 16. Barely effing lost to the Netherlands.
But that was a Keylor Navas masterclass. But that's why you have a world-class goalkeeper.
Round of 16 for Curaçao. Oh, yes. Is it more impressive?
They both get one knockout win.
Okay, I'm going to say like this. Let me check the bracket.
We haven't even gone to Uzbekistan in this whole hot take yet.
We haven't, and we're gonna get to the goddamn Uzbeks, okay? Curaçao, they would play. I'm looking for let's assume that they finished in 3rd.
Yes.
I don't know. I don't know how fast I'm gonna be able to do this. I mean, okay, I'll just say it like this. If that winning team that they had to play was Argentina, Brazil, France, England, Spain, yes. Yes, it's more impressive.
I think so too. I think it would be crazy if they reach it. And they be a superpower team with their quality.
Can you imagine? They beat Portugal in the round of 32.
That Curaçao kit they have now, which by the way is a horrible kit. They better be making a fire kit for the World Cup. It should be immediately sold out on Adidas's website. Immediately. Yes. If they beat Portugal in the round of 32. Okay, so we think Curaçao making it to round of 16 is just out of this world. You have to be on ayahuasca to be thinking this sort of thing. What about Uzbekistan? Would this also be crazy if they made it to round of 16? I haven't looked at their path either, but their group is hell. So even if they get past the group, they get a victory over, let's say, probably DR Congo because they're going to qualify, because most likely they're going to lose to Colombia and Portugal. If Uzbekistan then beat DR Congo, finish 3rd place, and they have to beat a superpower like a Germany, a France, an England, one of these sides, that's one of the great feats for Asian football right there. If Uzbekistan can make it to round of 16 and knock out a superpower team. So yeah, this is a crazy hot take. I love it though.
That's crazy. Do you know how many wins Uzbekistan have in like knockout wins in their history?
No, they have quite a few though, because they made the semifinal of the Asian Cup in 2011, if memory serves me right. So I'm gonna go like 5, 6.
Somebody fact check me. I think it's 2.
Really?
Because
so
it
like
went quarters
minutes.
to semis.
Okay.
So they won the quarterfinal. They beat Jordan, ironically. We're talking about Asian debutantes. And then last Asian Cup, they beat Thailand. I don't think they've won any other knockout games.
Okay, so yeah, just 1, 2.
2.
2.
Jordan and Thailand.
I think if that's
we're now talking about them once again.
Yep.
Beating. I looked up on Wikipedia. The third place team from Group K, which is Uzbekistan's group. You know, let's say they beat DR Congo, and they can beat DR Congo. They finish in third. They would play the winner of Group L, which is England and Croatia's group. So we are talking about Uzbekistan knocking out England from a World Cup.
I mean, they've done it at U17 level, so why can't they do it at the men's level?
That right there, Michael, is the birth of a rivalry. It's the birth of a rivalry right there. Absolutely. And that's how you get put on the no-fly list for the UK. Uzbeks will no longer be able to visit.
Husnov he's basically expelled from the country immediately after that result. They said, okay, you're going to Barcelona after this, buddy. It's okay.
100%. Forced sale of all Uzbeks out of the country. Yeah.
But, I mean, this would be...
Oh, my God. The scenes, dude. The
scenes would be amazing.
I'd be bawling my eyes out on the stream if that happens.
I mean...
I'm not strong enough for that.
No, neither am I. I would be balling out as well. So, this is the craziest hot take, though, isn't it? I think we both agree.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Shout out to my guy Alhambra. Is this a crazy hot take? I'm intrigued. Morocco will come third in their group with 2 points. Haiti will battle to a 0-0 draw.
So he's from Senegal.
No, he's Moroccan.
Clearly.
He's actually Moroccan.
Oh, he's for Greggy out. That's what he is.
From the vibes I've gotten in my YouTube comments, I mean, I've known Alhambra for a while. He hasn't been Regagi's biggest fan, but I think he's down bad on the national team after that final. I think he's Diaz out, Regagi out, everybody out.
Blow it all up. Promote the U23s. So 2 points, lose to Brazil, I'm assuming, and then draw Scotland, draw Haiti.
Drawing 0-0 with Haiti. You can't even score a goal against them, and we know how bad they are defensively.
If we're talking minnows from CONCACAF, or really minnows from any federation performances at the World Cup, I think Haiti getting a 0-0 draw against Morocco, I'm putting that top 5.
Yes.
Like, that's huge, man. That is like, and I'm talking like real minnow. Like, is Costa Rica a minnow? I don't think so. They're like the fourth. They're actually third, arguably, biggest team historically in CONCACAF. Canada's more recent, but they have a much better history than the Canadians. They're not a minnow. They're just a tiny country. If they're a minnow, like Uruguay's a minnow, Croatia's a minnow. You see, like, that's ridiculous. I'm talking like true effing minnows. Like, I'm talking like when Jamaica was there and they beat Japan, right? Like, that's kind of like what, and even that Japan team was far off from the levels they are now. But Haiti tying Morocco, after how much gasoline this Moroccan team has received, and I would say rightfully so, over the last 4 years since the last World Cup, Haiti, grouped at the Gold Cup. Oh my God. Yeah, no, that's insane.
Can't play any games at home, and yet they still qualify. And then they go, I think this game is in Atlanta, which is a travesty, by the way, that Haiti will not get any games in Miami, because that would have been vibes. If they get a 0-0 draw with a team that made it to the semifinals of the last World Cup, that's a national holiday, bro, in Haiti. Port-au-Prince will be partying for 24 hours for that result, for the players. I mean, that would be a massive L on Morocco. and a massive L in African football. If Morocco cannot beat Haiti just by 1 goal, bro, you got to just beat them.
Can I ask you something?
Yeah, go.
What's more damaging for African football? DR Congo loses the play-in to Jamaica, or Haiti draws Morocco 0-0.
Nah, it would be more of a travesty if Morocco lose to Haiti, because Morocco are at least the top 2 team in African football. Haiti are.
What if both happen? Is CONCACAF better than Africa?
If both happen, oh man, yeah, am I gonna have to do an apology video?
Oh my, I think so.
It's like one of those black and white thumbnails I have, and I'm just like here in my hoodie like this, and I'm like, you know what, guys?
Yeah. The title of the video is just "It's done." Period.
It's done. Yeah, it's done. Jack was right. That's gonna be the title of the video. I'm just gonna be like this the whole time. I won't even look at the camera. I'll just be like, you know what, guys? It's been a fun ride. Shout out to all my African football viewers. It's over.
This will be my last video.
This will be my last video. When I go into hibernation, I'm going to become a monk in Bhutan.
Yeah, we're officially converting to an NBA channel.
Now I'm going to go into cricket after that. But yeah, Morocco finishing 3rd in that group too. Oh, with 2 points, you can't even get a victory over like Scotland or Haiti. I don't know what the vibes are right now with this Moroccan team. So that's like the most fascinating thing. What is going to be the response at the World Cup after the devastating loss at the AFCON? Less pressure, but you still have pressure to perform. And now with the higher expectations that Moroccan national team have, you got to make out of this group easily. People are even saying, hey, you guys can beat Brazil. I wouldn't go that crazy. Do they have the talent to do it? No doubt about it, but it's still a crazy feat for Morocco. But drawing with Haiti 0-0, then people can say Regagi out. Then it's like, you know what, guys? You won the battle. I tried my best. I lay down.
I can't think of a greater destruction of a reputation other than Belmadi at Algeria. That's the only other thing I can think about. Where like he was such a villain at the end that it really swept away all the good
Germany?
Stuff. That's another good one. He won a World Cup, right? Yeah. So I'm like a little more gracious. Regragui didn't win the AFCON. Belmadi did. He did win an AFCON. So yeah, I don't know. Maybe I'm being unfair to them. Lowe's another great nomination, I would say.
Good hot take from Alhambra. And obviously he's down bad Moroccan football right now.
I don't blame him.
He's going through it, bro. Alhambra, seek help, bro. You can always text me. All right, shout out to Gracie Lynn. Oh, these are...
Oh, no.
At least 4 nations from CONCACAF will get out of the group stage. I think that this is the cycle that CONCACAF finally start to turn it around. And even though the countries that qualified are smaller, they should not be underestimated. Okay, let's break this down. USA, Mexico, Canada. They all can get out of the group. No problem there.
Yes. Yeah.
Panama. I don't think that's happening. Shout out to all my Panamanians. Got the Panamanian kit. I don't see that happening. Curaçao. It's not happening. Haiti.
Oh my God.
It's not happening. So, what do you think? Jamaica, if they qualify, they're going to get out of the group with Portugal and Colombia. That is not happening either. I mean, maybe they could get a shock with Panama. So, I'm just trying to think from Gracie Lynn's perspective. I think she's looking at, obviously, Canada, USA, Mexico. And I think she's looking at Panama and saying, Panama, you can get a win against Ghana. Maybe that's the sort of thinking there with this hot take here. What do you think? Hot take wise, do you think this is a crazy one, or do you think it's sort of plausible because it's 3 out of the 4 are guaranteed? It's just missing that one ingredient to make it a perfect dish, and the greatest feat for CONCACAF football.
It would be the greatest feat if like 3 teams made it out, or the 3 hosts plus 1 more. That's pretty insane because all the CONCACAF hosts have a doable job, but also a difficult job. Like Canada's group is not easy. They have Qatar, who are easy, but they also have 2 genuine tier 2 UEFA teams. Mexico, they should make it out of the group. They should be able to get points against South Korea and South Africa, and they should be able to get a draw at home against any European team that comes out of there. The United States should be able to do enough to at least get 4 points in Group D, beat somebody, because every game is 50-50. But for Gracie's hot take to be true, that means all of them navigated it well. So we're talking about like no screw ups, no Jesse Marsh playing Kyle Larin every single game, no Mauricio Pochettino playing too many MLS guys, no Javier Aguirre starting Jorge Sanchez at right winger, or God forbid the whole team is from Rayados or something. Like there's so many errors that would have to be like dodged like Neo in the Matrix for that to happen. I'm okay with that though. Panama, oof. I mean, I love Panama, and I have Panama beating Ghana. I do think they will beat Ghana in the World Cup.
Oh,
but they need to keep that goal differential freaking tight against England and Croatia.
Don't you think 3 points will be enough though? I think 3 points might be enough to make it out of the groups.
It might. Actually, in my prediction, I had them on 3 points, losing like 2 or 3-0 to both England and Croatia, and they actually snuck in. So it might be enough.
I think 2 points is not going to be enough, though.
It might be enough. It depends how many teams finish on 4, right? Yes. Like they kind of need Scotland to drop points against Haiti. They need a couple other of those like 3 and 4 finishers to kind of like draw each other. Like a Korea Africa needs to be a draw. Like things like that for Panama to sneak in. It's pretty hot, but it's not the hottest take. I don't think it's actually even close to the hottest take we've had.
No, I don't think so either.
I quite like it.
Because 3 out of the 4, I wouldn't say guaranteed, but they are highly likely of happening. It's just that one element that's missing. I mean, obviously, we're kind of throwing Haiti and Curaçao out of the way here because we think it's a very daunting task for them to make it out of the groups. But, Gracie's right. This would be a massive moment, and I think a huge turnaround for CONCACAF football because last World Cup, one team made out of the group, USA. 2018, Mexico. After what happened in 2014, where 3 sides made it to the round of 16, and Mexico were so close to beating the Netherlands. Costa Rica made it to the quarterfinals. USA played a really good game against Belgium, and that's when you thought, okay, maybe CONCACAF, this is a turning point, and then it just went to shit. USA didn't qualify to World Cup, and then obviously now we've seen the emergence of Canada, so this is a massive, I think, this should be a side video. Which confederations needs to have a good World Cup this summer? That's a side video that we might have to do in the future because it might be CONCACAF of any of the confederations alongside CONMEBOL for me. All right, then this is the last hot take before we end here, people. From Finn on Twitter, he says, Spain will go out in the round of 16 already. Book it. It's done. Spain, European champions, at most people's pick to win the World Cup, go out in the round of 16. Now, I haven't looked at the past people. I haven't done early predictions because I'm waiting until all the 48 teams are confirmed. But this, if I'm just thinking broadly, I'm not thinking about the bracket or anything. Spain not making it to a quarterfinal would be ridiculous for me. They are objectively a top 2 favorite at this World Cup alongside Argentina and England. And with the form they've been showing under Luis de la Fuente, all of the players in crazy form, one of the best players in the world in Lamine Yamal, if they cannot get past the round of 16, that would be really, really disappointing. Really disappointing. And I'm just trying to think of what would be an unacceptable loss. Probably not Colombia, because Colombia is still a good team. Obviously, Colombia beat them, a year and a half ago before the Copa America. I remember that game in London when Lucho scored. So, no, actually, Doña Munoz scored in that game. I'm just trying to think of an opponent where I'd be like, if Spain lost, I would be like, you know what, that is shameful from them. What would be like a shameful loss for Spain in the round of 16? Côte d'Ivoire?
That'd be pretty shameful.
Okay.
Yeah. I just briefly pulled up how I had the bracket playing out. I had Algeria round of 32. That would be a disgrace, I think.
That would be a disgrace.
To lose to Algeria. That's a disgrace. I had Croatia round of 16. And if it's not Croatia, it's Portugal. That's freaking tough.
Okay, if that's the case, I don't think that's a crazy hot take then. Because that's a pretty brutal path for me.
And then you know who they have in the quarterfinals if conventional wisdom wins out. France in the quarterfinal.
Oh my God.
So they have Algeria, Portugal, France. It's not this is not a walk in the park for the Spanish.
Who would they have in the semifinal? Out of curiosity.
From my bracket, I had Senegal, but it could be Senegal, the States, Japan, Morocco. Can't remember another team that. Okay. But I had Switzerland. Switzerland if they win the group.
That is a brutal path to win the World Cup.
Brutal. Yeah. Oh my God. That's what I'm saying. Like that little pocket where the States are in, we're talking about Trump rigging the World Cup. I'm telling you, man, like that little section right there, he just made it a little more doable. Just a little more doable.
But do you think this is a hot take from Diego? Defending European champions, one of the favorites?
It is middle of the park. It's middle of the park. I think because they were so freaking good at the Euro and because they have certain players that people think like, oh, Spain should be dominating here. But like, I mean, there are concerns about Nico Williams. I don't want to pretend like Luis de la Fuente is like the greatest manager in international football. I think he's competent, but like, I don't really know if he's a tactical god. And they're going to have to go through a... Yeah, exactly. They don't have a goalkeeper. I don't care what anybody says. Like, it's going to be tough. It's going to be very hard for them to make it to the semi. And then their reward, again, conventional wisdom playing out, is either going to be England, Brazil, or Argentina, is what the favorites would be coming from the other side. So, yeah, they're running the gauntlet here with a lot of pressure. And I don't know. I think teams are going to want to take down. You think Portugal doesn't want to take down the Spanish? Come on, man. Come on, man. That's gonna be Ronaldo's first ever World Cup knockout goal. Book it now. Portugal versus Spain.
That's a hot take right there, right? That's a hot take.
Write it down.
After 20 years of trying to get a knockout stage goal, and he finally gets it at 40-something years old on the piss bag, and he scores a goal. Come on. That's a hot take.
And knocks out Spain. Ooh. That would be insane.
No, that Ronaldo fan, that might be the greatest day for Ronaldo fans right there. If that happens.
That's the pinnacle.
That is the pinnacle. So, yeah, I would say this is like a lower tier hot take. Just based on the path. But if I didn't know about the path and you said, Michael, Spain out of the round of 16, how does that sound? I say, what sort of strain are you smoking today? That would be my response. Because I would be like, what? For a team that are so good, that can control games like Spain have the last couple of years. I mean, they've had some chaotic games, especially in the Nations League. I don't know what they were doing in the semifinal and the final against Portugal and France. They got to be better defensively. Yeah, that 5-4 game against France is one of the most
shootouts,
stupidest games I've ever watched. I mean, it was a great game, but defensively both teams were terrible. So that's a little bit what I'm worried about with this Spain, but they got Lamine Yamal, man. If you have one of the best players in the world who can create that moment of magic which you need at the World Cup, I still would be very disappointed if Spain get knocked out in the round of 16.
Yeah. You have to be disappointed.
What was the craziest hot take? Do you think it was the World Cup curse, the very bold prediction of Curaçao, Uzbekistan reaching the round of 16, 2 CAF nations? Which one was the craziest hot take? Who wins the award? Curaçao won. So shout out to Footy Matters from Twitter. There we go, people. The first edition of Hot Takes for the World Cup. If you guys want to see part 2 or if you want to hear our crazy hot takes, we at least got to reach 500 likes on this video. Follow me on all the socials, Instagram, Twitter. Join the Discord. All those links in the description down below. But have a beautiful day. Stay safe in this crazy world. Till next time. Adios.